Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in here at the Nordic Anglers YouTube. We're gonna tie a fly today, and we're gonna tie a really nice small salmon and seatrout fly. This is a fly to demonstrate and show you the new MTF futurefly system, which is basically a tube fly system that is designed for the smallest of flies. So the tubing here is only 1.5 millimeters in diameter, and Futurefly has designed a lot of different beads and cones for tying these ultra small micro tubes. These micro tubes is something that has been gaining a lot of traction over many years, because a lot of the time when you fish, for instance, in Norway or Iceland or in Denmark in the summertime, then even the biggest of salmon and sea trouts will grab one of these really small flies. I don't know why that is, but if I see one thing that is a trend that is consistently happening to my own fly box over the years, then it is the general size of the flies tend to get smaller and smaller. And this is just the latest step on that ladder to be able to tie really cool, really small tube flies with the MTF system from Futurefly is really great. And then this is a flash wing fly as well. Some flies that has also been gaining a lot of traction in the past couple of years. I've been fishing with these and caught some really nice salmon and sea trout on flash wing flies. They look amazing in the water, and in particular if the water has a bit of tone to it. It has some rubber legs to add a bit more life to it, and then it has some weight, so it starts to fish the second it hits the water. This is a small, nice fly that is going to be in my box from here on out. So, without further ado, let's just tie this one. So here we go. The small fly tied on the MTF system from Futurefly. The first thing we need is this 5 millimeter tube. This will not fit on the large Pro Flexi needle, but it will fit on the small one. So if you don't have one of those, that's kind of an important thing to have in order to get this fly to work. So basically I attach one of these. I just melted a small dentation here in the back with the lighter. And then the first thing we add is a small bead in tungsten. To give this fly some weight so it will fish as soon as it hits the water. And this is basically going to be the body as well. So it's kind of like this, and then we just apply some tying thread. There we go. The first thing we're going to tie on this is the rubber legs, because that will give the nice effect we want of having some distance between the two different rubber legs. So I attach a pair on one side of each side. There we go. And just secure them with some tying thread. These are now too long, and they're going to be a bit all over the place as soon as you apply some pressure, but that's okay. So I'm basically just going to cut them into more manageable sizes. You could probably have done that when you picked them up, but that's okay. So we have the rubber legs now. And then I'm going to apply the first wing. The first wing is going to be made from Arctic fox or marble fox, and it's going to be some sort of olive. That will fit this the color scheme for this fly, which is basically a fly that is supposed to be kind of hidden until it's right in front of the salmon or the sea trout. So it comes as a surprise to the fish, because it fits the tone and the hue of rivers like the ones we have in Denmark, or like Mørrum, for instance, or something like that. Olive has been really producing well, like the bites flew for Mørrum and stuff. So I prepare this by removing the longest of the hairs here, because I just want a very small supportive wing for this fly. So basically I'm taking small supportive wing, attaching it here on top of the fly, making sure my rubber legs are out of the way, and then I tie this down. This is a really small wing. Not very long, not very big, but it's basically supposed to support the rest of the pattern here. As you can see, because of the small bead, this will actually make. There we go. This will actually make the wing pop up into the stream and make it more visible and make the wing move more in the water. And that is also one of the great things about having one of the beads here. To cut this off, I'm gonna twist it a lot, because then it will make it so much easier for me to get all the hairs in one single cut. And then I didn't. But it makes it a lot easier to actually get as clean a cut as possible, as close to the tube as possible, because this will minimize the tying down point and make it easier to make a good looking fly. Make sure that you apply a lot of pressure to the hair here, because otherwise this wing can easily be lost. Then we take the flesh, and this is some chromatic flesh from that's called wing and flesh. And the idea about this is it actually changes color. So depending on where you see this from, it can be either orange or it can be olive. And this is just an amazing flesh. It's available in 3 colors: the olive orange, then the purple bluish green one here that is really, really cool. I'm going to use this for a lot of bait fish, and then also another one that is orange and yellow. And I just really have fallen hard for this flesh. It looks amazing in the water. It looks amazing on the flies. So if you haven't checked that out, then check out the chromatic colors of the wing and flesh material. We have them, of course, at Nordic Anglers, and these are really one of the coolest new flesh I've seen for a long time. So I take a small bundle of this. I don't want this to be too big because it's a small fly, and I'm gonna double this in size. So it's important that you do not use too much flesh here, because basically we want this to be a stealthy looking fly. So don't overdo it with the flesh. So basically tying down the flesh on top of the wing here, as close to the bead as possible, just like with the wing. Applying some pressure. And what I'm going to do, you see this is really long now, but we're going to trim that down. Then I take the flesh that is pointing forward here. I fold it over. And there are two reasons why I do this. Flesh is relatively... Oh, I got the rubber legs tied down as well. That was not the intended effect. The flesh is really, really kind of slick. So if you tie it double, then it will be secured a lot better, and you will not lose the flesh during casts and stuff. So that's kind of crucial. Then, because this was too long, I'm gonna cut this off with the scissors, but I'm not gonna basically just cut it. I'm gonna try to trim it down from different angles in order to get all the different flesh strands to be in different lengths, in order for them to move differently in the water. So I'm basically gonna cut them from a lot of different angles until they have the desired length. There we go. We can always trim it later on if we want more, but I think that's about it. Then we need to tie the hackle. And for this, I'm going to use some golden olive saddle from Whiting or from Kirk. Golden olive, or even dirty yellow, or something that will fit in with the color of your wing is what you're going for. And in order to prepare this, basically I pull off all the fluff here at the bottom, and then I gently pull all the hackle fibers backwards, so I can tie this on top of the fly here and tie it down in the tip. There we go. Applying some pressure, and then I'm gonna cut away this one. Now I'm gonna hold my rubber legs back, and then I'm gonna turn my hackle on top of the tying points for all the flesh and all the wing. And maybe take 1 or 2 turns between the rubber legs. You have to be a bit careful when you do this. Now I'm only going to do 1. Then I'm going to fold the rubber legs back, and then I'm going to tie the rest of the hackle just in front of the rubber legs. Just in front. This will give you a small gap here in between You can see that in between the wing and the actual hackle, but we're going to cover that small gap with another wing. There we go. And when you do it like this, then you can see all the bulky part of the fly that you tied down using the tying down the flesh and the first wing are going to be covered by the hackle now, and it will give you a very, very nice clean new start to finish the fly off, making it so much easier to actually make a good looking head where the cone head will fit over it. So there we go. Then we need the second wing. I'm going to use the same Arctic fox as before. Doing exactly the same as we did before, just basically pulling the really long hairs so the wing becomes a bit more uniform, because this is basically just to cover the gap here, but also to give the fly a nice complete look. And of course it will add some movement as well. Apply some pressure. There we go. You can see this pops a bit up there, but a lot of that is going to be forced a bit further back as soon as we apply the cone head. That is going to be the finishing touch here. Cut away all the hairs as close as possible to get a small tying down point as possible up here, as cleanly as possible. Yeah, you need some really good scissors to tying these small tube flies. There we go. Then I'm gonna take some Pro jungle cock, and the Pro jungle cock is the best artificial jungle cock out there, and they make this really nice package that's called a full cape, where basically you get some of each size, and for this we're gonna use the smallest size possible. This is 3x small, I think it's called. Because this is such a small fly, then that is of course the right size for this. Cutting off 2 of these to attach to each side. First I'm gonna tie one on my side. Hold the rubber legs and everything back so it's not in the way. There we go. And then take another one and attach it on your side. There we go. Apply some pressure. Clean as much as possible. There we go. Gonna make a whip finish here. It broke the tying thread, but I think the knot is gonna hold. I'm going to take some Sabagap, just a small amount, in order to make sure that the cone head we're going to attach in a second is going to stay in place. So just a small amount of Sabagap up here to fasten everything correctly. And then we take the cone head, and for this I'm going to use an X small cone head from the Fly Company, because they fit on here, and I have some of these on sale, and they look really nice, and they're nice and deep, so it makes it easy to fit over here and really give the fly the finishing touch that it deserves and needs. So the last thing, because I think the wing actually is the length that I wanted, and you can see how nice it's covered between the two Arctic fox wings. We're gonna cut one of the rubber legs so it's a bit shorter than the other one. But still, they're gonna be really out there in the water, just making a lot of noise, making a lot of movement. And well, there you have it. The finished product, the finished tube fly. Made on the futurefly MTF system for really, really small tube flies. A nice system. You should check that out if you haven't done so already, because it's pretty cool. And you can of course see the full selection at Nordic Anglers. So here you see the finished result. The cone head makes a really nice finish to the fly. The flesh wing is nice and shiny. The rubber legs will do what rubber legs does, wriggle and just look amazing in the water. And this is one of the flies that is a really strong bet when you're fishing low water conditions, in particular in the summer, in wherever you're fishing salmon or sea trout for that matter in fresh water. Whenever you're swinging, I think this probably could get a steelhead as well and stuff. So basically, this was a tutorial to show you a nice pattern, but also show off the new MTF system from futurefly, which is something that I think has really been missing on the market, to have these micro tube options in order to make as small flies as possible, and that is what the futurefly MTF system offers. So swing by Nordic Anglers to see the full selection of the futurefly MTF system, and of course also see the full material list for this fly and for all the other flies here on our YouTube. All there's left to say is I wish you the best of luck out of the water, and I hope very much that you would swing by Nordic Anglers to see our big selection of both fly tying but also fly fishing and equipment in general. Thank you for watching. Good luck.